my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. This is going to be Taurus weekly update. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm wiped out. We're rolling Monday through the following Tuesday. Tomorrow, August 24th through next Tuesday. Guess what? September 1st. Yes, sir. We are at the end of August. I don't know where the time is going. It's flying by. And we are at the beginning of September. Just before I lay the cards out, I've already shuffled and cut them. I don't want to say it's going to be a tricky week, but it's going to be a tricky week because you got different little pairings of the planets squaring off here and conjuncting there and doing some other strange ass shit. So communication, clarifying. I know we have been in this energy that has felt like Mercury retrograde all over again, although Mercury is not retrograde, it's not shadow, it ain't shit, it's just running around doing its thing. But other planets that are in motion, Neptune, Pluto, a couple other little chirons and this and that and the other floating around doing their thing. It's making it feel like we are in a Mercury retrograde, so and at a very different level than normal. So this week it's going to be paramount to have clear communication with folks. This is going to be one of them weeks where it's very easy, especially in love, for things to get confluffled, whatever that word is, yeah, messed up, twisted, whatever your word is. This is going to be the week for that. So be clear. More importantly, though, probably is to be clear in your intentions about what you want to go on in any area of your life. So let's get the cards on the table, see what we got going on. Overall energy with the big cards, domestic harmony and patience and planning. I know I've had a few people tell me they're about tired of hearing the word patient. I feel you. I feel you. So am I. Material and spiritual prosperity, spiritual strength, prosperity begins. Change, of course. Centerpiece, and your challenge for the next week or so to choose wisely, time out, financial discipline, synchronicity, and power. And for the little cards, domestic harmony is pulling the Queen of Cups, patience and planning. It's pulling the Seven of Swords. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Material and spiritual prosperity. Pull the Hermit. Spiritual strength. Pulls the Three of Wands. Prosperity begins. Pulls the High Priestess. Change. Pulls the Moon. Choose wisely. Pulls the Seven of Coins. Time out. Pulls the Hierophant. Financial discipline. Pulls the Three of Cups. Synchronicity. The Knight of Cups. And power. 10 of Coins. So looking at your overall energy with the Queen of Cups, sitting on top of the domestic harmony card, may be feeling a little shallow. I'm probably going to say empty is probably a better word, but feeling like things are just not harmonious like they should be. And so this is sitting up in your overall energy. For those of you that are in already living relationships, married, coupled up, cohabitating, whatever, you just may not see or may not be feeling the substance of the relationship. Let me put it like that. You may be dealing with a lot of emotional baggage, junk, the types of things that would surface when you're in lockdown with somebody that you're married to that you didn't know exists. It's that kind of energy right now. And for some of you, I have to say it, I don't want to, but for some of you, this may feel almost like you're getting ready to hit some bumpy patches, if you're not already hitting them. But you may be projecting out in the future that, you know, shit is just not, what's my phrase? My grandmother used to say, you might see the handwriting on the wall type of energy. So that's where you are right now, and that's affecting your domestic harmony. On the back end of your overall energy, patience and planning with the Seven of Swords on top, you may be getting advice from people You may be seeking advice if this were reversed. And in doing so, trying to figure out what you want to do when you grow up. Patience and planning. And this is the business part of these cards when it comes to patience. As you see, trying to build something, having the light shine on whatever's going on. So you may, like I said, be seeking advice, getting people literally to shine a light on your situation because you were just at a wall, can't figure some shit out. And that's really in your gut. You may be trying to reach people, mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother, whoever, to kind of help you see what you need to see, again, by shedding some light on what you are being patient about and what you are planning. As we get into the week, Hermit card sitting on top of material and spiritual prosperity. The Hermit right now is not so much about seeking the truth. Let's put it like this. Not so much about seeking the truth. And this is major energy. For some of you, this is about isolating and not wanting to deal with a whole lot of anything right now, particularly where material and spiritual resources are concerned. Just you for some of you, just feels like y'all just don't feel like fucking being bothered with shit. You want to talk about it, you want to hear about it. This is tomorrow's energy. So some of you at work, put that there, people may be approaching you about, oh, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, and regardless of whatever your answer may be, yay or nay, you just don't feel like giving a yay or a nay at this point. And so this puts you into this, not so much seeking the truth type shit, but really just isolating because you don't feel like being fucking bothered. And this is major energy. I dare say this is probably going to swing you right into the middle of September, going way past the 1st of September, because you're tired. A lot of you are mentally tired. A lot of y'all are physically tired, and you just don't feel like doing shit. You don't want to hear shit. You don't want to make any decisions. You want to talk about nothing. That's that energy. Even though it's on tomorrow, it may start tomorrow and go on, or it may already be happening and it may go on. However, that's resonating. When we get to Tuesday with the 3 of Wands and the spiritual strength, got some deception, some of you, around you in clusters. So this could be at work. Really, this is not a home feeling, where your partner or your other person is cheating on you, but this is really about people that you deal with at a different level. So again, at work, at school, someone just straight ass trying to fuck your shit up, sabotaging, doing a whole lot of shit, people collaborating behind your back, all that kind of bullshit. And that's going to make you draw on your spiritual strength. Notice that this is a 9 card, so this is, if this has been going on for a while and it feels like it has, this is going to be the culmination of. A lot of people going to get their feelings hurt, not you, Taurus. Blink, blink, smile, wink, wink. Not you, but in the meantime, you're going to have to pull on whatever spiritual strength, cloaking yourself in light, clearing your path, clearing your past, all of that, so you can deal with the issues at hand. At the end of the day, Taurus, this ain't about you. It's about everybody else's bullshit, and some of this is going to begin to come to light, regardless of whatever you've been fucking off and doing or not doing. Other people have been doing way worse. So the way worse part is what we're dealing with right here. And again, it kind of just bringing me back to that isolating energy. We get to the High Priestess, and the prosperity begins. Really about looking at your situation. The High Priestess, she bangs on a different level. I don't know how to explain this to you. You see the neon pink. There's only neon pink in this deck. She's coming at a different level at things, looking at things from a very different perspective, if you will. And in turn, that's going to help you get to your material and spiritual prosperity. I'm sorry, Taurus. Anyway, the High Priestess, just banging at a different level right here. And this is major energy. And this is about trusting yourself, even though if we come right back up here, we're talking about getting advice from people, trying to gain clarity. at the end of the day, it's going to be about trusting yourself, listening to whatever guidance anybody is trying to give to you, putting that filter in and making it work for you. Major energy. A lot of you trying to start businesses, a lot of you trying to start relationships. And so this is truly about trusting what your gut is telling you about any given situation, and filtering through any guidance or advice that you're being given and applying it to your situation. Tricky, I told y'all this week is tricky. When we get to the moon, facing them fears, but it's more than that this week. It's more than just facing your fears. It's about being practical and overcoming obstacles as it relates to change. Many of you going through all kind of changes right now. I ain't even got to elaborate on that. But particularly those of you going through relationship changes, you may be healing out of one situation and being faced with now another or new situation. Some of you may be faced with two situations and trying to make some kind of decision. Come on, let's move right on to the centerpiece and talking about choosing wisely. And so where the moon comes in to that is about being practical. Looking just at the practical dynamics of your personal situation, what's changing. A lot of y'all, like I said, making decisions on relationships, who's going to be in your life. The big word is practical. I don't know how to say that to you. And being able to, being in a situation that's going to nurture you. Because some of you may be thinking, oh, I just said do something different, so I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to just do something different, and I'm going to do something and find out that they're different, maybe not necessarily what you needed. Different, you should be open to new and different people, new and different opportunities, but you should be mindful of how you're being nurtured. Don't put yourself in some situation with some jackass that's not nurturing you. You know, one of them, I care for you, baby, and then you don't hear from them for 2 weeks. So, yeah, they new and different, too much new, too much different right there. So being mindful, again, coming back to that moon, dealing with things that are on a practical level. And for a lot of people, that requires dealing with whatever fears you may have about change. Best note of advice I hear is to go slow in the decision-making process. Sit back and watch. That was one of these granny cards when I was shuffling that popped up. That may be the energy you need to sit in. That you're already in an isolating kind of mode. Not necessarily trying to seek nothing, just trying to sit down and see something. That may not be a bad thing. To just by yourself get into your own headspace and try to figure some things out. Which then, here we go back to the time out, thinking about the commitment, making decisions about commitment, and what's going to do you in the long term. I can't stress this enough, and we'll say it now. Long term. Not that thing that feels, really good right now. And this is not so much work. It's not about commitment to work or to business or professional. This is definitely about relationships and love. And thinking about how you want that commitment to look. This is major energy along with the Hermit and the Moon and the High Priestess. So, like I said, it's a tricky week, a big week. But take the time to think about who is going to benefit. Okay, I'm tired. Who is going to benefit you most for the long ride? We ain't talking about just a ride around the pond. We're talking about in the long term, what is going to, you see them trees in the background, they didn't just get planted yesterday. What's going to do you in the long term? What can you see right now in whatever your choices are as far as relationships? What can you see that looks better long term than what you're trying to deal with new and different, which may not be exactly what you need? Even though with Uranus in our chart, pushing us to make changes, that doesn't get us off the hook of taking care of ourselves long term. And so while you may hear even other readers say, I ain't going to new opportunity different. Yes, but don't get into something that's new that's not going to feed you. Just saying. Sit back and watch. Think about that commitment that you want to make. When we get to next Sunday's energy, the Three of Cups and the financial discipline, you may be getting into some collaborations with people. Be very careful with your money, honey, with this Three of Cups. Because I'm not going to look at it. I'll be looking at it like this. Financial discipline. Be careful. Just be careful. Be careful with your money. Especially if somebody's asking you to give them $50, $150, some other shit, so you can work together. And we have this new platform that you can use, and this new software. And yeah, no. Read the fine print. Any kind of collaboration on a business front, read the fine print. For most of you, I'm going to say this, and that is sitting under the Hermit card. There's no mistake. You probably need to go solo, fly solo for a while longer. The opportunities that may be coming at you right now may not be the best thing for you. And just be mindful of what the hell is going on in the real world. You got a pandemic. You got a lot of people out of work. And so people that come up with these little scams on the internet, email all blown up, you can make $1 million in a week. Yeah, okay. They know same things that we know. They know that people are out of work. They know that people are desperate. They know that people are looking at the gig hustle, what they can do as a second job. And, they know all of that. So they play on that. So that's the energy here. Have some financial discipline and don't get set up with the damn woo-woo. Just saying. Get to next Monday's energy with the Knight of Cups and synchronicity. Love is going to play itself out. I don't give a damn what you thought, what you heard. Love is going to play itself out. And I don't mean in a bad sense. I mean, those scenarios are going to play themselves out. Be paying attention, once again, that it's sitting under the Choose Wisely and the Seven of Coins. Not a mistake. Three of Wands and spiritual strength. Not a mistake. Pay attention to what's around you. Again, there's is this a thread of deceit? She's running through this shit. Somebody gonna be lying, trying to sabotage. Bring it down here. Love is going to play itself out. It is. The whole little thing is going to play itself out. So whatever you decide to do, whomever you decide, if you're at that point to be with, just know the whole thing is going to play itself out. Things maybe that you weren't aware of, in a good sense, to kind of bring the super glue. That's this energy. Going to bring the super glue to bond whatever decision that you make. Again, be mindful. You're trying to get into situations that nurture you and not situations that nurture everybody but you. Just saying. Just saying. At the end of this, it's about recognizing your power. And this is definitely earth energy, Taurus energy, if you will, and realizing that you are at the point of a 10 of coin or a 10 of pentacles. So it's the completion of whatever cycle with your money. Once you get out of this, you should start reaping the rewards, particularly those of you that have little side businesses and little side hustles. You should begin to see the gates open up a bit as it relates to relationships. About setting that stability. That's that 8. And that it's an 8 is just really telling me whatever decisions you make, they're going to play themselves out. So be mindful of that. If you end up with the wrong asshole at the wrong time, it's going to be too bad for you. I'm just saying. But you got it. And you got the power to push through this and move ahead. So don't be hasty in making any kind of decisions, especially where relationships are concerned. Let's see what the granny cards got to say for the week. Communicated, and again, I know I've been saying this a lot, but a lot of times I'm looking at the board and I'm looking at what's not on here. Air is not on here. You got one air card, the 7 of Swords up there at the top, and that's really about the messages that you get from other people about your situation and guidance that you get from other people. There's no other air on the board. So you do truly need to be mindful of how you're communicating this week. Probably the less said, the better. Go directly to the source. Okay. That's up there with that 3 of Wands. Some of y'all are going to get some shit this week at work. People running their mouths about shit they don't know. That's the best way I know how to put that to you. That is sitting on top of the spiritual strength, which is a 9, means that this is going to be the end of it. This is going to be the climax, if you will. So people that you will probably hear, you know, what so-and-so said, so-and-so, I don't know why you going to talk. Go, yeah, exactly. Go talk to them and get right up in their face and ask them what the fuck is going on. For those of you that have been waiting for me to say this, I will say it now. Go ahead and sharpen up your horns. Maybe time to run through the china shop one good time. Just saying. We right about at that point, especially when you get towards the weekend. Anything anybody has said to you that is off kilter in the last 2 or 3 months, we are getting into that energy where you can most certainly speak your mind. Now, be mindful of the energy at play already. Mars ain't no joke. So don't let this get you so angry that you start fucking up shit. But you are definitely going to have to show your horns. You're going to have to. Because people might think you're playing or might think they can run a power play on you or do some other crazy shit. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Go directly to the damn source. Keep going is the next card that fell out. And what the hell did I say? Sit back and watch. I dug it. So the go directly to the source is up here with that 3 of Wands and spiritual strength. Guard yourself. Cloak yourself in light. But when you get to that point, you go directly to the source. And, you know, if you got to put a little silver polish up on your horns, do what you need to do. Just be mindful. Sit back and watch. That choose wisely. This is not an urgent, pushy energy where you need to make a decision right now. It is not. You do need to be on point in the decision-making process, but there's still a little bit of time. We go back to that patience and planning up here. There's still some time. So time is on your side, and I'm going to dare say delays might almost be your friend. Sit back and watch. You know what you need in your life, Taurus. You do. And if somebody is talking that shit, but they ain't acting on it, come on now. Keep going. Don't get stuck sitting nowhere. Even in a china shop. Don't get stuck. Roll in and roll out. Keep moving. And I think for the most part, most bulls have been doing just that. They've been just steadily doing what an actual bull would do. Keep plowing and keep moving ahead. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Oh, stuff just pop out on you. Well, shit, all 3. Well, hell, I'll take it. And I'll take the one off the top. Fake it till you make it. Up here, business. Business-related, work-related. People pressing you about some dumb shit. Probably already know what you're going to do, Taurus, as far as work is concerned. Most of you, especially if you got a job and you think about changing your job, just shut up and fake it till you make it. Watch the clowns. I'm going to throw my shit out there and throw it up against the wall. Watch the clowns make asses of themselves while they try to figure out what the fuck you doing. But fake it till you make it. Remember to breathe. This ain't nothing but life. Enjoy as much of it as you can while you can, but remember to breathe. Ain't nothing going on in your life that's so big that you should be feeling like you're overwhelmed and just can't figure some shit out. Just breathe through it and keep moving. Call on your runners so they can make the path smooth for you. Before you walk out the door, yo, 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 angels, runners. I need no bullshit today. Help us out. Call on them. Call on your angels too. You got questions you need answered. Feel like you need guidance in some sort. Call on your angels. Taurus, I love you. I hope you guys have a good week. I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.